Yo fam, it's me, Sausage Dynamite, and welcome to episode 4 of You Call That Targeting? My gosh! Trash targeting calls all over the place, but man, the one against Oregon's defender, Thibodeaux, the guy's a beast, and he barely hits the quarterback, and they called targeting against him. Absolute trash call. I wish they would do away with it. Anyways, thank you for joining me on episode 4. You guys are amazing. I love y'all, and I appreciate you tuning into my videos and my podcast, and subscribing to my YouTube channel. It just means a lot. I think I'm up to 16 subscribers now, which is just an absolute dream come true. And so thank you. Let's get into the week 5 recap. And so the games that I picked right, which you know how I am. I got a good bit right this week. So let's get right into that. Week 5, I had Iowa beating Maryland. Everybody had that as a close game. But Iowa absolutely just destroyed Maryland, 51-14. Cincinnati beat Notre Dame like I knew they would, because Notre Dame's nothing but an absolute piece of trash team that I'm just sick of it. I'm sick of them being in the top 25. I hope they just continue to lose and get out of the dang top 25. Thank you, Cincinnati, for proving yourself that you are a good team. They beat them 24-13. Alabama just rolled the mess over Ole Miss, 42-21. I had that one picked. And then the game of the week was Georgia-Arkansas. I mean, I had to seriously think about this game, but I went with Georgia, and then they win 37-0. So that they proved to the nation that they are one of the top elite teams. But now, the segment I hate the most. Let's go eat my words. Alright guys, it's time to eat my words. So, I had TCU beating Texas. TCU ended up losing that game to Texas 32-27. I had LSU beating Auburn. Auburn somehow pulled a magnificent win on the road. I mean, Bo Nix looked like daggum Johnny Manziel out there. I mean, I'm pretty sure at one point he had 8 guys on his back and then somehow scrambled out and hit a guy downfield for a touchdown. Pretty amazing stuff. So Auburn won that one. And then my upset pick was Kansas State beating Oklahoma. And they ended up losing that game 37-31. But hey, guess what? They made it pretty close. And made Oklahoma sweat like every daggum game that they played because they're absolute trash. My gosh. The only team they've beat this year is like Western Carolina, where it was a comfortable win. I feel bad for Oklahoma fans because my gosh, what trash. I mean, squeaking by every game. Anyway, so that's enough of that. Let's get on to some awards. Alright, starting with the team of the week. Give it up for the Georgia Bulldogs. My gosh. I mean, I didn't know how good they were. They weren't very proven. But, my gosh. They went out there and just absolutely destroyed Arkansas. The game was over in the first quarter. I mean, I pretty much quit watching it. It was 21-0 in the blink of an eye. Georgia just looked absolutely phenomenal. So they are my team of the week. But now it's time to move on to a different segment. I'm going to do this a little different this time. I'm going to have a list of trash teams of the week. And then I'm going to have one that is the absolute trash team of the week. So, moving on to our trash teams of the week. We're going to start out with Miami Hurricanes. My absolute gosh. Most people probably didn't see this game because it came on, I think, Thursday night. Right. Miami was playing Virginia. Okay. Miami was down 30-28 and had the ball, and they drove down the field. And they were setting up for a field goal to win the game. Miami does everything right. They set the ball up in the middle of the field, gave the guy a 33-yard attempt. That's an extra point in the NFL. 33 yards, and the guy hits it off the left upright, and Virginia wins. Miami is nothing but pure absolute trash. I was so thrilled to see them lose that game because they are just garbage. My gosh, what trash. My next trash team is the Oregon Ducks. Number 3 in the nation. And see, this is why I'm not doing hashtag overranked anymore, because if you're overranked, you're trash. So I'm just putting you in the category of trash teams, and that is Oregon. My gosh, I know they went to Stanford, but this is not the Stanford team that, like, from a few years ago that was ranked, and that was, dominant defense and had Andrew Luck at quarterback. No, this is just plain old Stanford. This is just probably a team that's going to win 7, maybe 8 games. And they beat Oregon. And yeah, it took double overtime, but Oregon just blew this game. My gosh, what trash team. Next trash team, the Ole Miss Rebels. My gosh. I mean, the coach talking trash before the game, the fans talking trash, people telling Alabama fans that Ole Miss is going to hang with them. And trust me, I mean, believe me, I was one of them. I was one that thought Ole Miss would keep that a game. But my gosh, they just went out and laid a turd. Absolute trash. And then another trash team is the Florida Gators this week. My gosh, 8 false starts. They had like 15 total penalties. And Kentucky's nothing but pure trash. But they beat them because they beat themselves. And what trash coaching. I mean, hashtag fire Dan Mullen is all over Twitter right now. And I even joined in on that trash. Because, I'm not even a Florida fan. And I want to see Dan Mullen fired because he's absolute garbage. No discipline, absolute trash team. So congratulations to all those trash teams. But now it's time to move on to the absolute trash team. My absolute trash team for this week is the Arkansas Razorbacks. My gosh, you had the whole world cheering for you, Arkansas. Everybody that wasn't a Georgia fan was cheering for Arkansas to beat Georgia, to go in there, or at least not to beat them, but just to play a good game. I sat down and had 2 TVs rolling because I was expecting to watch some good close football Saturday, and then I get nothing but pure trash because Arkansas gets blown to the mess by Georgia. Ole Miss gets blown out by Alabama. I mean, just nothing but pure trash football games because everybody decides to absolutely crap on themselves this week. My gosh, so congratulations to Arkansas. You're trash. So that is the first part of this episode 4. We are going to move on. Drop my phone. We're going to move on to the second part of this episode, but first we have a word from our sponsor. Whew. Dang it. I got dookie on my fingers. Hi, I'm Sasha Denbright, and I'm here to introduce you to my new product, Sasha's Magic A Double Wipes. Are you tired, no matter what toilet paper brand you use, when your finger just breaks right through that toilet paper, like Georgia's defense against Arkansas's offensive line? Yeah, trust me, I know the feeling, and I'm tired of it. So I went and got to work making this new product. It is strong, yet gentle. It is firm, yet soft. This will change the way that you wipe your tush. I promise you, it is my guarantee. And if you're asking what the magic part is, well, get this. It glows in the dark, so when you have to drop those night heavies, you're taken care of. Go to my website right now, SashaDenbright.com, and order you some Magic A Double Wipes. All right, yeah, I had to sponsor myself this week because we had nobody jump on board. So if you want to be a sponsor, how about you get down here, give me a phone call or something. We'll put you on the podcast. So we're gonna get to questions, starting with Susie Tits McGorgensen, my favorite. Why couldn't Urban Meyer keep his fingers in his pocket? Well, I think short answer, I think Urban Meyer seriously wants to be fired. If you don't know what he did, he was dancing with a girl at a bar, blah blah blah. And he got caught on video, blah, blah, blah. I don't really give a crap. He'll probably just fake a heart attack or something anyways and end up at the USC job that came open. It's probably all part of his plan. He's nothing but pure trash. Susie Tits McGorgensen asked again, were you as frisky as Urban Meyer when you met Tig's mom? Well, to tell you the truth, when I saw that beautiful woman, I wanted to get frisky, okay? If I'm being quite frank. But Tig's mom is just such a beautiful soul. And she's such a good woman. Oh my gosh, she's such a good woman. And I wanted to respect her. I wanted to show her respect. And we had a nice, lovely dinner. And listened to some classical music. I really, really just fell in love with that woman right when I seen her. And the frisky part I knew would come later, and that's fine. But I just wanted to love that woman like she deserved. Okay, she didn't need some trash pervert, making moves on her. She needed a man that respected her, and I did. And she's been the greatest thing that's ever happened to me. So thank you, Susie Tits, for that question and for bringing up Tig's mom. I love talking about Tig's mom any chance that I get. Brent Sewell, what do you think about Kiffin going for it on 4th downs? Personally, I kind of like it, but it killed them. Hashtag get your popcorn ready. Well, that's where he made his first mistake, was saying about the popcorn, because you don't call out Alabama. You don't do anything to tick off Nick Saban or Alabama, because trust me, they're already going to give it 100%, but if you tick them off, they're going to even up that 100% to about 3,000%, and they're going to absolutely destroy you. And for anybody that picks Alabama, or that picked Ole Miss in this game on TV, live on TV, I think it was Jordan Rogers on SEC Nation picked Ole Miss, and now he looks like a flipping idiot. Never go against Alabama. I don't care who they're playing. You never, ever pick against Alabama. But going for it on 4th downs, I see why he did it, because you got to score touchdowns. You got to stay on the field if you're going to beat Bama. But it was kind of pretty obvious from the first couple of drives they were not going to beat Alabama. But I do respect the aggressiveness, but man, you got to trust your defense just a little bit. Next question is from Sasquatches Are Real. Okay, well, maybe we'll have another episode about that. Okay, please explain where Auburn quarterbacks find their luck. Could it possibly have anything to do with Sasquatches? Well, apparently this guy really loves Sasquatches. First of all, Sasquatches are not real. And if they were real, it'd probably be what your mom looks like. But where Auburn finds their luck, I don't know. Because like Bo Nix, whatever it was, he found it. He looked amazing in that game against LSU. But you know what? His luck will probably run out this next week, and they'll look like trash. That's just the way Bo Nix, and that's just the way Auburn does. But they do tend to get lucky, and they're very streaky. They're good one week and then they're bad next. You don't know what you're going to get from Auburn, and Sasquatches are not real. Next question comes from Chokes on Cotton Candy. If there was a toilet bowl game at the end of the year for the worst teams in the nation, out of the winless teams right now, who would you guess would end up playing in that game? Well, first of all, I think UNLV, because all they focus on is booze, cigarettes, half-naked women, and gambling. Because that's all there is to do in Las Vegas. So apparently they're not even worried about football. So I could see them doing it. And then I think UConn would be the second team, because they just suck, to be quite frank. If you let me go to a nursing home and pick out 15 of their finest old people, I could take them to a football field with a couple of practices. We'd be running flex bone triple option, and Bob would be my quarterback. I would have Betty on a left tackle, she'd be great. She'd have a little walker and she'd be able to set that edge. And so when David went into motion from the right side wing back, boom, you hit him on a toss play, and then trinkle in a little play action pass and a little bit fullback dive from Jeffrey, and there you go. We would beat UConn. Probably, I would say 42-7 would be the final score. And the only reason that they would score 7 is 6 of our 15 players would have heart attacks. And then UConn would finally be able to find the end zone. So, yeah, UNLV and UConn would be in that toilet bowl. But let's talk about the real toilet bowl that's going to actually happen this year, right? And it's on November 13th, and it's Miami versus Florida State. Because it don't get much more trash than those two teams right there. I'm talking about ultimate thugs. I'm talking about undisciplined coaching. I'm talking about the most trash that you could scrounge up in one game. One big, just absolute giant jumbo, mumbo-sized trash. It's going to be in that game. So, yeah, mark your calendars for November 13th, because that is the most trash game on college football schedule as of right now. Next question, Stubbs Liberty. I was thinking you need a theme song when you open up. Maybe something like the Fox, the Crow, the Cookie from Me Without You. Well, listen to me, Stubbs Liberty. Listen to me good. I'm going to get close to this mic. Don't ever bring up Me Without You on this podcast. They are the most absolute trash band to ever exist. And trust me, I know a world turned black. And this band is by far even more trash than they are. Don't ever bring up that trash to me again. You understand me? I will find where you live and I'll burn your house down. And if anybody listens to Me Without You on this podcast, turn it off right now and unsubscribe to me and never, ever, ever listen to my podcast again. Because you are nothing but trash if you like that kind of music. Stubbs Liberty, my gosh! Next question. Emerson Royd. Okay, get it together. If Peyton Manning coached Tennessee Vols next year, how good would they be 3 years from now? Well, you know what? I think that'd actually be pretty good. I think Peyton Manning, first of all, you're going to have great quarterback play. You're going to have great recruiting. Your fan base is going to go up. The people that hate you now are not going to hate you as much because Peyton Manning is your coach. I think it'd be awesome. So, Tennessee, get to work on signing Peyton Manning. That'd be the best thing you could do for your program. So, thanks, Emerson Roy, for the question. All right, next question. Oh, my gosh! Tig Nation, if you sent your Tinder profile to a blind woman who could only move her hand to the right due to some unforeseen injury years past, she would still swipe left. Suck doo-doo. I can tell you who didn't swipe left, and that was your mom. Yeah. I don't even need a Tinder profile because I get Tinder 11 from your mom every night. So don't even start your stupid trash. My gosh, I'm just sick of your garbage. Me and your mom's sick of your garbage. My gosh. Anyways, we're going to move on to some Week 6 picks. Alright, let's get right into it. Week 6 picks, baby. Starting out with Oklahoma, number 6 Oklahoma versus number 21 Texas. Man, the Red River rivalry. I can't say that very fast. I call it the shootout. It offended people, but the Red River shootout, whatever you want to call it, it's a big rival game. I got Oklahoma. I've been trashing on Oklahoma all year, but I think they actually get fired up for this game, and I think they actually come out and have a good game. So I got Oklahoma. Next game, number 13 Arkansas at number 17 Ole Miss. Both of these teams were trash this last week, but I think Arkansas got their spirit broke a little more. I think Ole Miss they were playing Alabama. A loss to Alabama is not that big of a deal, but the way Arkansas lost to Georgia and didn't even score, I think they're going to be crushed, and so I think Ole Miss is going to win this at home. LSU at Kentucky. I got Kentucky. I know they didn't do a whole lot to beat Florida. I felt like Florida beat themselves, but I still think they're good. That crowd was tough. I think LSU's going to struggle, so I got Kentucky at home. And then Michigan, number 9 Michigan at Nebraska. I got Michigan winning on the road, but they're only like 3.5-point favorites right now. That's why I put it on my picks here. We'll see, but I hope Michigan wins. I mean, they're one of those teams I want to see continue to win. So that way, we got some good games down the road. We got, I want the Michigan-Ohio State game to be actually good this year. So I hope Michigan's good, and this will kind of prove how good they are on the road against Nebraska. And then we got the upset pick of the week. I got number 14 Notre Dame losing at Virginia Tech, which shouldn't shock anybody because Virginia Tech is good at home, and Notre Dame just sucks absolute trash. So I got them losing that one. But my game of the week, and it should be everybody's game of the week, number 4 Penn State at number 3 Iowa. This is going to be a slugfest. I'm hoping for a good close game. I want to see Iowa win it, but I am going to pick Penn State. I think Sean Clifford goes out there, and I think he gets it done. I think Penn State gets it done on the road. I think Penn State's legit, and I think Penn State, we might even see them in the playoff at the end of the year. So there's my picks. We're not doing live on location this week because Earl decided to flirt with some of the college students in Athens, and ended up with a pretty nasty lawsuit on his hands. And so so we just decided to not do that this week. But thank you for tuning in to episode 4. Week 6 is looking like it's going to have some good football. Let's hope it's got some closer games than last week. But man, we're gonna get on out of here. But I appreciate you listening, and we'll see what happens next week. Thank you.